What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to be talking about improvement worldly and then spiritual self-improvement, and I think they can kind of relate, like mind, body, spirit can relate, and I think your flesh and your soul do relate, either if you feel pain on a soul level, you would also feel it on a flesh level. If you feel flesh pain, you feel it on the soul level as well. But like, the thing is, like, worldly self-improvement without God is kind of like you're just like improving maybe your mindset and your body. Like maybe you're just going to the gym and then you're like thinking better, like, okay, let's try to be more positive and let's try to outwardly behave this way, and it's kind of like that. And then it's a lot of like these, you could say, fallacies and heresies where it's like kind of satanic, where it's like, fame and gain. A lot of self-improvement is kind of just like fame and gain. It's just like get all these gains and get the fame and the chicks and whatever. Like, this is worldly self-improvement in a sense compared to spiritual self-improvement, which is like, walking through a journey with God, discovering more things about God, yourself on a spiritual level, understanding your soul, understanding how it relates to this world and creates your reality, and understanding actually what's good for you, what's the actual truth of life, and what is, how God created this earth and how we are actually created beings in it, and how we're supposed to act, and what is actually good and bad. Because a lot of things that we're taught that are good are usually just outward behaviors that don't necessarily mean that we're actually good on the inside, in the heart, or our actual minds and thoughts and actions. Like, basically you can act outwardly like you're a nice person but lie on the inside. Like, you could have a scheme in mind, or you could be like, thinking about things like very badly in the inside but pretending on the outside like you're fine and lying to people. And that's what a lot of people do, is they have these intentions and so on set, where they're like, okay, I'm gonna do this nice act or give this gift for a person because I want them to have a certain status with me, and things like that, trying to kind of curry favors and so on. A lot of these kind of like schemes people have for, intentionals. Maybe it's for like even marriages, it could be just for anything, friendships, business partnerships. Like, a lot of people just scheme around, and they don't genuinely do anything like out of their kindness of their heart in actuality, because they don't actually have a kind heart like that, or their intention is completely wrong, and they don't really understand this. And that's why a lot of people like don't understand, like, self-improvement is like worldly wise, like it's okay as a start, like it will get you on the right track in a sense. Like, improving yourself like in your mind and body isn't a bad idea. Like, it's gonna make you healthier, of course. It's better to be than, being fit is better than being fat, and so on. Being healthy, normal healthy is good, but like, you honestly need spiritual self-improvement if you want to be able to get to the next level in your life and you reach your true higher self with God, because you can't reach your true higher self without spiritual growth. That's something I was lacking myself, which is why I can say this in experience, going from like the dark feelings to light. Like, I could never get away from that like dark feeling till I found God and had true spiritual growth on the inside. And once my inner reality kind of shifted, my outer reality also started shifting a lot. And that's basically the key to anything, and manifesting your desired reality is basically changing yourself on the inside first. And that's the most important thing you can do, is spiritual growth, because that's the only thing that really matters, and that's the only thing that lasts after this life. This is very temporary, and we're here mostly just to grow as a soul and in spiritual growth. And all the worldly things you're growing in, like, muscles and trying to get chicks and monies and whatever, all that isn't gonna last very long for you. You might be able to enjoy it for a little bit, but like, at the end of the day, we're all gonna get to that day when it's like, we're gonna die. And what do you think about then when you're dying, or just about to die, and you can feel it or something, depending how you die, of course. But you can feel it on those like last days. Think about it. Do you want to think back like, damn, I chased all these worldly things, but for what, right? Like, it doesn't last very long. At the end of the day, you're gonna think, damn, like, why didn't I follow God? Why didn't I, actually grow myself spiritually and come to know God and do all these things, and, do things that actually matter for the afterlife, you know? Why didn't I do all these things when I was alive? Because those are the actual things that are gonna like affect you, because eternity is much longer than everything else on this earth that we have, you know? Like, God is always there trying to lead us to the right track, and he wants us, you know? He wants humanity to be good. He wants as many people as possible to be saved and be under God and, you know, under his guidance and submitted to him, because he's the only one that can actually lead us to being true creative beings and doing our purpose fully and being the best we can be. Like, you don't have to worry about, I would say, worldly self-improvement so much as you have to worry about your spiritual growth, in the sense that the worldly self-improvement kind of comes with the spiritual growth, because they all are kind of connected. And you, as soon as you start growing yourself spiritually, it also affects you on the outside. And what you do on the outside, you know, you start thinking, I should eat healthier, I should do this. You start getting these intuitional kind of like changes where it's like, I should start doing these, even if you're at a lower baseline, like you're not maybe going to the gym or whatever. You might start getting these ideas like, I should be doing this, I should be eating healthier, or, you know, even if you don't like to exercise so much and stuff like that, you start to think about like, I should improve these, you know, things in my life and so on. It kind of comes naturally, but I do think that spiritual growth is the most important to begin with, because that's going to lead you on the right track, and God can lead you to where you're meant to be in life and what you're meant to do. And everybody has a different, obviously, orchestration and purpose and things that they're gifted and talented at, where they should be spending time. But just remember that everything is very temporary in the world of self-improvement schemes, and, you know, the important thing is that you have to grow yourself spiritually if you truly want to have fulfillment in life, because everything else is gonna fall short. And even if you might gain a little bit of comfort and satisfaction for like, I don't know, 10-20 years, if you got really like rich and you live a comfortable flesh life, that's cool and all, but a lot of people realize like many years down the line that, you know, when they revel in the flesh, that it's not really worth it, and they try to come back to God. And that's kind of like the problem, is a lot of people don't really understand how important it is to stay with God and to grow yourself spiritually, and that's really the only most important thing. Because, yeah, nothing lasts forever, and that's pretty much it. The most important thing you can do is grow your soul and help other people grow their souls and grow together. Like, that's really the most important. Surround yourself with the correct people. This is also very important. Your soul is being around the right people and souls, so you can grow better and not be negative and so on. But yes, seek God, and God will help you with all of this. I hope this helps you kind of get on your journey and understanding worldly self-improvement versus, you know, being with God and spiritually growing. If there's a will, there's a way. God bless. Thank you for watching. Talk to donate in the description. 101's in the description as well. Amen. Comment amen if you agree. Thank you for watching.